Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I got my wisdom tooth extracted and that's the reason my speech is a bit off because I'm not able to open my mouth completely. But getting that out of the way, we hit 3 pans for THOSE Eyeshadows update. I'm super excited for that because I wasn't anticipating to hit 3 pans, but we did regardless, and that makes me super happy. So this project is created by Alexi. I will link her down below, even though she doesn't upload videos anymore to YouTube, but I would still link her down below in case you want to check her videos out. And before we get into the update and I share my progress with you guys, if you are new here, please consider subscribing to my channel. My name is Ravneet and I make a lot of panning videos. Usually I'm more cheerful than I am today. It's just because of my restricted facial movement. Anyway, let's take a look at our very first eyeshadow, which has been in here for I guess 3 months now, and it comes from this My Glam palette. And last update I had 12 uses on this eyeshadow in this project. Then I used it 4 more times to hit pan, and then I used it 4 more times again to kind of expand the pan, and this is what our pan is looking like today. So these eyeshadows are very deep, and that's the reason when I hit pan on this eyeshadow, the pan wasn't super big, and that's why I kept using it to have it show up a little bit more. But we have a pan and this is rolling out of this project. And then we have this palette. I'm kind of giving you a spoiler for project Level Up, but I have 2 eyeshadows from this palette in my pan, THOSE Eyeshadows, and I hit pan on both of them. So the first one is Antidote, and last update I had 5 uses on Antidote, and then I used it 14 more times to hit the pan, and then I used it once more to expand the pan a little bit, and then after that I used it 4 more times for project Level Up, and that's the reason this pan is big. I'm gonna try to not show you other pans I hit in this palette because I don't want to give you spoilers, you know. This is what Antidote looks like. We did use it a lot. And then we rolled in Opal Aura last update, and I hit pan on that eyeshadow by using it only 1 more time, which is this eyeshadow right here. And then I used it once more to expand the pan, and then I used it furthermore to use it more as a part of my project Level Up. If you are not familiar with what project Level Up is, in that project you randomly select one eyeshadow palette to work on, and then your goal is to use all eyeshadows in there at least once and hit 1 pan, and then you level up to level 2, hit 2 pans, use all eyeshadows in there 2 times each. So that's how I have leveled up to level 4, and this was also my level 4 palette. I'm saying was because I have leveled up, but I have not filmed my project Level Up video, so I don't know what I will be working on as a level 5 palette. But those 2 eyeshadows are out of the way, and now let's take a look at the eyeshadow that is here for several months now. I think it's 3rd month here, and that eyeshadow comes from my BH Cosmetics Sub-Zero palette. Last update I had a total of 6 uses on this one, and then I used it 8 more times, and this is how it's looking like today. So we have 14 total uses on this eyeshadow. We have a tiny dip forming, but yeah, we are nowhere near pan. This is a really pigmented eyeshadow. I don't really need a lot of it, so I think it's gonna stay here for another few months. I'll try to use a pointed brush so that I can reach the pan sooner, but again, I don't really like hitting tiny pans. I like them to be a little bit expanded. But yeah, we'll see how long it's gonna take me to hit pan on this eyeshadow. This is staying here for now. I just realized I did not swatch my color story, but I hope that's okay. I'll swatch the color story that we'll be getting. So next eyeshadow comes from this Hela palette, and this is what we rolled in last month. And we were working on this eyeshadow called Goddess, and that eyeshadow has 11 or 12 previous uses on that one. It doesn't look like that it was used at all when I rolled that eyeshadow in, and since rolling it in I used it for a total of 10 times, and this is how it's looking like today. So yeah, it doesn't look like it's been used too much. There is a slight dip, but nowhere close to pan. I think it's gonna stay here for another few months, but yeah, this is very pigmented and I don't have to use a lot of it, and that's the reason why it's moving super slow, even though I have 10 uses, but they don't really translate on the pan itself. This is a very bright pink shade. Let me swatch pink and blue shades for you guys. So this is what cold blooded looks like, and this is what goddess looks like. It is so pigmented. Sometimes I mix it with the blue in my Bandos palettes to use it as a crease shade, and using it that way makes it more sort of purplish. That is a bit more wearable for me for daily wear. But these are the two eyeshadows that we are rolling over, and now it's time to roll in 3 eyeshadows because I work on 5 eyeshadows at a time. But before we do that, let's talk about our panning percentage. So I have a total of 204 eyeshadows. Out of those 204 eyeshadows, I have not hit pan on 121 eyeshadows. That brings my panning percentage to 40.69%, which is really good. And my goal for this year is to bring down my eyeshadow number under 200. Hopefully I'll be able to finish a few more eyeshadows by end of this year and my number would become under 200, which would be really great, as I would really like to reach for all of my eyeshadows, which is not quite possible at this point. But that's my panning percentage, and I'm gonna share some looks that I did over the past month. I have mixed some eyeshadows from my Bandos palettes as well, and if you come across any purple crease, that is goddess mixed with blue. So let's roll in 3 eyeshadows from 1 to 121. If I roll in anything that is too similar to my Bandos palettes eyeshadows, I will re-roll. If you remember, I was not rolling mattes from my Morphe 350 Supernatural Glow palette, but I'm changing that now. I'm including that entire palette in as well, simply because I have mostly finished my neutral shades from Bandos palettes. So let's generate the first shade, 25, 93 and 88. I don't think any of these eyeshadows is from Morphe palette. We'll see where these eyeshadows come from. Oh my god, number 25 is called Droid Protocol and it comes from my Mandalorian the Child palette. I call it Baby Yoda palette. It's from Colourpop. I think we can do with that because I don't have any browns that I'm currently working on in any other project. So let's see what number 93 is. So 93 is, oh wow, I really like that this palette got rolled in. So it's from BH Cosmetics Optimistic AF palette, and this one is called Radiate. I believe that one is a shimmer, but we'll see. And 88 again comes from the same palette, which is BH Cosmetics Optimistic AF palette, and it's called Good Vibes Only. I think that one is again a shimmer. I'm so excited that Optimistic AF palette got rolled in because that's the palette I think about a lot. It has so many warmer tones, and that's the palette that I have not used at all this year. So I'm super excited to be working on that. Those eyeshadows are hard pressed, so it's gonna be a little bit harder to hit pan on them, but I'm just excited to reach for that palette because it's the perfect time for that one to get rolled in. So I'm gonna bring those three eyeshadows here and then I'll show you what they look like. Alright, I have both of those palettes with me, but before we take a look at those eyeshadows, let's quickly take a look at these two eyeshadows. So the first one is called Cold Blooded, and this is what it is looking like. So we'll see how far we can go with this one by next update. And Goddess is this eyeshadow. This is again something that I don't think we'll be able to hit pan on by next update, but I'll continue to use it because I think I did a good job reaching for this one 10 times. I mean, this is the palette that I can't even think of finishing to completion because mattes are really hard pressed in here. Getting them out of the way, let's take a look at our Baby Yoda palette and the eyeshadow called Droid Protocol, which is this pretty brown eyeshadow. But first, can we take a moment to appreciate how many pans we have in here? I mean, this eyeshadow is almost gone. I mean, it's gonna still take me a long time to finish it, but I'm really happy about how far we've come with this one. This was in my Partners in Cream project and my goal was to finish half of what was remaining in the pan at that time. But yeah, this is the brown eyeshadow that we are rolling in, and I haven't used this eyeshadow a lot either, so I think it's gonna be a good opportunity for me to reach for this one. This is what Droid Protocol looks like, and I think it's going to be a really nice brow shade for me as well. Now that I've finished my brown shade in Pando's palettes, I think I can wear it in my eyebrows pretty often. Let's open up this eyeshadow palette. So number 93 was Radiate, and I was right, this is a shimmer. This is such a beautiful bronzy shimmer, and I'm really excited that this one got rolled in because I think I'm definitely going to reach for this one a lot. This was just one swipe. This is so beautiful. It's not shimmery, like it has really fine shimmer particles, but it's super glowy. I think it's a perfect lid shade in every way. It's going to pair so well with pink one. It's even going to pair really well with, you know, the blue one. I really like mixing blues with bronzes, and of course it's going to pair well with the brown shade. So that's how Radiate looks like. And now let's take a look at our last eyeshadow, which was number 88, and that is called Good Vibes Only. I said that it is a shimmer, but I was wrong. It's a matte. I had hit pan on this eyeshadow called Happy Camper last year in Pando's eyeshadows, and Good Vibes Only is this matte next to it. It's a really bricky red sort of matte formula, and it's very similar to Cold Blooded, which is this one. So yeah, I think it's gonna stay here for a long time, but I think it's a really nice fun color to play around with in summer. This is what Good Vibes Only looks like, and of course these two are going to pair really well together. So we are working with mostly mattes, only one shimmer, which is fine because I can reach for other shimmers in here, in my Baby Yoda palette and my other palettes that are in this project. So yeah, this is what my new color story looks like. Let me know what you guys think about it. If you have any looks, any suggestions, please let me know. I would really love to hear your feedback and any ideas for looks that I can do with this color story. So for this update, we are rolling in these two new palettes and we are continuing to work on these two palettes, and we have rolled out two palettes, which are Urban Decay Stoned Vibes palette and My Glam palette. So overall, this is a really successful update, and that's all I have for today's video. Thank you so much for sticking with me until the end. I hope you have a wonderful day or night, depending on when you're watching my video, wherever in the world you are. I will see you in my next one. Until then, take care. Bye.